Hey, financially savvy travelers, Danielle Desir here, and welcome to today's workshop where we're going to be talking all about the 3 financial mistakes holding you back from traveling the world. I am the host of the Thought Card podcast and the creator and the voice behind thoughtcard.com. I am passionate about travel and money and helping people make more financially informed decisions. And I do that by focusing on affording travel. So, how do you save for travel? Also, paying off debt and building wealth. So, we're going to be focusing on 3 essential elements. The first is separating. Next, we're going to be talking about automating and how to be consistent. So, let's talk about separating first. If you do not have a travel fund right now, that is an opportunity that you are missing out on to exclusively save for travel. I really think that having a travel fund is like the first thing that I recommend to anyone who wants to take travel seriously and who wants to make travel a priority in their life is to open up a separate bank account that's devoted solely to their travel savings. This is so important because it helps you to avoid commingling funds. A lot of times we overspend on our accounts because there's just a lot of things that's going out at the end of the month, and we miscalculate and we are overdrafting and we don't even have enough money to actually save for travel. So I say, first and foremost, open up that bank account that's solely devoted to your travel savings. This helps you set an intention. This helps you start to track your savings separately. And at a glance, you'll know exactly how much you have available to spend for travel because it is separated from everything else. A travel fund also helps you set really healthy parameters for yourself because you are going into your bank account and knowing exactly how much you have to spend for travel. If you're conscious of that, you are going to know, okay, I saved X amount of money and that's what I have. Like there's no going above and beyond that because that is how much I have saved. So I really enjoy having a travel fund because it sets parameters for me. So I'm not going super crazy off the deep end. The other thing about having a travel fund is that you can have a bank account, like because you have a bank account, you can have your debit card tied to it, which means that when you're out traveling, you can swipe and have those funds taken directly from your travel fund. You don't have to charge a credit card if you don't want to, which again is just ease of mind. So there are so many benefits to why you need to have a travel fund and why I think it's one of the first things I recommend to anyone who wants to travel more. And if you haven't already, definitely check out my podcast, the Thought Card Podcast, episode number 2. I detail why you need a travel fund and we go line by line and step by step as to why you need it and how to get one started. Now, the second mistake that I see a lot of people doing is that they're not using automation to save for travel. Now, automation, I personally feel like it's the most powerful tool that you can use to help you to save and essentially build wealth over time because it is out of sight and out of mind, but still working for you. You're saving without actually having to get involved. It's happening in the background, which, especially for us right now, we are so busy in life. It's easy for us to let things slip through the cracks. So, having an automation system set up will really help you to make sure that it gets done. Every single pay period, there's a portion of my check that goes directly to travel. I don't even have to think about it. And at the end of the month, it's all there. It's all whatever I had said for the month, it's all there, which is really great and we love. All right, so the last mistake that I see people not doing, and it's a quick and easy fix, is really shifting your mindset to think of travel as a recurring bill. So for me, travel is just as important as my mortgage, as my gym membership, as my cell phone that I pay every single month. It is a line item in my budget, and I treat it like a recurring bill. However, instead of it going to a company out there in the world, I'm actually paying myself. Okay, so travel is an investment in me, in my family, in the future experiences that we're gonna have together. So I make sure that I prioritize it and I set it as important as everything else that's happening in my life. And because I treat travel like a recurring bill, and because I have this automation set up, every single month I have more money going into this bank account. And because there's always money coming in, I am able to more easily hop on a flight deal or hop on a travel deal that I see because there's money in this account. Again, travel is not something that I see as something that's nice to do or nice to have. It's something that is a must. It's a requirement for me. And it takes a lot of sacrifices, honestly, to say that, because if you're saving money for travel, you're definitely, taking money out of other places in your life. So there is a sacrifice component, but I found that you learn to live with less. You learn to feel like you're not sacrificing. In the beginning, you'll definitely feel like, a pinch, you'll feel a sacrifice because it's new. But by the time you've done this for a while, like me, I've been doing this for over 6 years. I don't even feel like a sacrifice. I feel like it's part of my lifestyle. It's part of my financial routine. So you learn to live without it. All right. So those are the three mistakes that I most commonly see. Again, not having a travel fund, not using automation, and not treating travel like a recurring bill. If you can find a way to separate your finances, to automate your finances, and be consistent, the world is your oyster. The world will be your oyster. If you found this video helpful, highly recommend checking out my new book called Affording Travel: Saving Strategies for Financially Savvy Travelers, which will walk you step by step to different strategies that you could use to save for travel. And we talk about these particular strategies that we talked about today are incorporated in the book, and many, many more. That is it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to connect with me on social media. I'm at The Thought Card on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also join my newsletter if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, email me at thethoughtcard@gmail.com, and I'm happy to be of service. So I will talk to you real soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.